Good morning. How are you doing on this rather dreary morning in Toronto? I'm not going to flip my camera around, but I'll describe to you outside that it's just gray and foggy and rainy on this February morning. And if you didn't feel pretty low and bleh before, you definitely will now because of today. There's no snow. Well, the snow's kind of going off the ground here in Toronto. And yeah, wow. I'm so glad that I went to the gym this morning because otherwise I'd probably be sitting here thinking, oh, I feel as crappy as many people do with who suffer with seasonal affective disorder or SAD, because it really is a real thing. And around about now, if not before, is possibly when it really hits you hard and you just feel so low and blah and you're dying for a sunny sunshine day, which we definitely have in Toronto, and it helps. It helps tremendously. As soon as that blue sky is out there and the sun comes out, you've just got to get out there. At least the weather here is not quite as cold, so there's that. And you got to make the most of the winter time. And there's a lot going on if you're suffering with some depression throughout this low time. Many years ago, I lived in England, and a day like today where it's just gray and blah, it sort of feels like the sky is down. Really, I don't know, there's just not much room between your head and the sky, and it definitely, by February time, you're just dragging. So they're definitely familiar with the seasonal affective disorder over there for sure. So I wanted to share a little bit of hope, a little bit of a boost that maybe might help you. And at a time, I know, when all you want to do is hide under the duvet, get out the bowl of chips or chocolate or whatever and hide on the couch and binge watch with a nice glass of wine or something like that, now is actually a time to really focus on eating really, really well. So there are many hormones and chemicals and all sorts of things that go through our blood, go through our bodies, and all of that kind of stuff. And one in particular that I want to talk about this morning is called neurotransmitters. They're actually brain chemicals that they're really closely controlled by what we eat. So you can influence how you feel by what you eat. You can influence these brain chemicals that are going through our brains, going through our bodies by what we eat. Now, a little bit about hormones and about these neurotransmitters is that really when it comes to depression, there's a lot of talk about something called serotonin. I don't know if you've come across or heard of that before, but it really low serotonin can lead to these depressive feelings, can lead to anxiety, can lead to mood issues. So it's something that we really have to be aware of and do whatever we can to get those serotonin levels up. Now, one of the best ways, or one of the ways that you can, is to increase the amount of tryptophan. If you've heard of that, that's called an amino acid, which is a building block of protein. Tryptophan, a lot of people say, is the one that makes you go to sleep after the Christmas dinner or turkey dinner, because tryptophan, turkey is quite high in tryptophan, not really high, but it's a way to blame the overeating and the tiredness that you feel on something other than yourself. So that's what tryptophan comes from. But basically, all the amino acids, all the proteins are incredibly important. And recently I've actually taken on a little challenge myself to track and see how much protein I'm having in a day. And I'm actually trying to match my protein intake in grams to my actual weight. More of a sort of gym type of challenge that I'm doing, just to kind of see the effects on my body and see what happens. It is not easy to eat a large quantity of protein, because there's so many other places that we can get energy from foods that don't contain protein. So even if you go and have a snack as an apple and think I'll have, 10 almonds with it or something like that, that's a fantastic snack. But something like Greek yogurt might actually show up. Sorry, I've just got a text coming through, somebody asking about the Facebook Live. So I'm hoping that this is showing up. She might be on the wrong channel. She might be looking at Phillipson.com, whereas I think I'm on Sprout Right. It's hard when you have two channels, but I'll pass her on the link afterwards. Sorry about that, Claire. But thanks for letting me know that it's not showing up. It does show as live on my screen, so fingers crossed that we've got this here. So I'll forward her on all of the videos that I do end up on YouTube. So in case you want to share this with someone and it's hard to get it off of Facebook, then on my YouTube channel on Lianne Phillipson or on Sprout Right, then we put all the videos up on there. So you'll be able to come across that there too. Okay, so back to the protein. So not to say that those almonds are not fantastic, but rather than doing that every single day, maybe having something a little bit higher in protein like Greek yogurt. In the mornings, I've actually been upping my protein by having my apple cider vinegar with lemon juice and 2 tablespoons of collagen and a little bit of vitamin C powder, because that helps the absorption. So that helps to increase the absorption of the collagen. So that's a great way to get some protein into you as well. So thinking about if you're a meat eater, that could be some lean chicken, that could be beef, maybe once a week, something like that. But even better than that is to have tons of fish. We need those essential fatty acids for everything that's going on in the brain, for all of these neurotransmitters. It's so incredibly important that all of this is going on. So you can either take your fish oils. I hope that's not backwards. I didn't flip the screen. My apologies. So that does say super DHA liquid. There's also super EFA liquid. And we need so much fish oil that I want you to eat tuna, I want you to eat salmon, I want you to eat mackerel, I want you to eat herring, I want you to eat so many different fish, as much as you possibly can, so that you can help to increase. That's the number one thing to do for any depressive disorders, and that's to have more essential fatty acids. So while I'm suggesting maybe don't eat as many of the nuts, it's not that I don't want you to have those, the essential fats from the nuts and the seeds. By all means, go ahead, just change up the proteins that you're having throughout the day, because our body does much, much better when we have a whole bunch of different proteins going on. So, I tend to have almonds near my desk, and then I'll snack on a few of those. Then maybe what I should do is, I'll just go get some pistachios, I'll go get some walnuts, or even better, Brazil nuts are amazing for essential fatty acids too. So really try and change up what it is that you're having. If you were to go down a list of supplements that you might want to look at, essential fatty acids, as I said, is the first thing. So the super DHA liquid is an amazing one to take. Also the super EFA liquid, that's a bit slightly different balance in the essential fats. Then we want to talk about 5-HTP. That's another really important supplement that you can take to just help to balance all these neurotransmitters and everything that's going on. L-tyrosine is a specific amino acid. We need that in higher levels than most of the others. SAMe, with an E on the end. If you need specifics about this, I rather prescribe specifics and have a look at, are you on antidepressants already? Is there anything like that? There's a few of these that you want to make sure before you go and take them and buy them and then take them. Then you want to make sure that you've got everything in balance, and then there's no interaction. So don't go and buy all of these. These are just ones that you can go and take a look at. These are ones that I would talk about in a consultation if you wanted to delve into this and do a deep dive on what on earth is going on here. So the SAMe, B vitamins, incredibly important as well, and zinc. Taurine is another specific nutrient that's really amazing for this, but we need to just kind of get everything into balance. That's the most important thing, is that it's all in balance. We're boosting the serotonin is one of the key things. But what is it that your body is, why isn't your body making that serotonin in the first place? So we need to delve a little bit deeper and figure out what that is. So in my consultations, I do a method of testing with sound therapy to see where your deficiencies are, see where you're low in anything and where you need that big boost up. So that's something that I do specifically. If you can come across someone that has a way of testing you to see what it is that you need, I find that much, much more effective. It really hits the nail on the head so that you're not playing around with how much 5-HTP, how much SAMe do I need, how much this, how much of that, so that you're really getting so much more that's going on there. Food-wise, the best way to increase your serotonin level is those complex carbohydrates. Ditch the sugars, ditch the packaged food. It's got to be like oatmeal, which is also amazing for tryptophan. It has to be fruits. It has to be vegetables. The more color, the better, as much as you can possibly get going on in there. Have that with some fish, if you can, almost every day. If not, 3, 4, 5 times a week is absolutely amazing. You've got to ditch those diet sodas. That is absolutely killing your serotonin. It's blocking the serotonin that's trying to get into your brain to help you to feel good. So while that instant, like those bubbles and the sweetness might feel good on your mouth, it's doing nothing at all for this depressive situation that you're in. Sweeteners, honey, maple syrup, all those kind of things. I know it's better than having sugar, but any of them they're just not helping. None of them are helping. So what on earth am I supposed to eat when I'm really, when I need that sweetness? Protein. The more protein you have, the less cravings and the less sweet you're going to want. It just is. And I've lived it myself because I'm eating a bucket load, 30 grams of protein 4 times a day. I'm almost there. I'm like getting up to 90 grams a day because I'm finding it really hard just to consume that much food. It's not as much food as I normally have, but 30 grams of protein at breakfast. Could be from a whey protein powder. It could be from a hemp protein powder. You're gonna have to have a lot of protein powder in with your shake. But I've been doing eggs. I've been doing eggs with egg whites. Then I have a Greek yogurt. Then I have my collagen as well. It is a crazy amount of protein that I'm consuming, and I'm just focusing on that. Now, while at the end of the day you think, I'm just going to sit down and have my martini or my glass of wine or anything like that, it really is not helping either. I'm so sorry that it's all these things that give you comfort. You think that they give you comfort and that they help you to feel better, but it really is just in that moment, which is great for mindfulness because in the moment you're feeling great, but we're really looking at a bigger picture. Now, of course, there's those lights and lamps that you can get, which do help when you wake up in the morning. I've got friends that have those and they say they help tremendously. But most importantly is the food that you put in your mouth. And it's just such a drag not to be able to eat all the things that you feel like eating. So you don't feel like you need to do this alone, please. I can absolutely help you with your diet, with meal plans, with getting you to a place where you do feel like you're in control and you can feel better, because you don't have to keep doing this. You don't. And as soon as March or April hits where I am in Toronto, then things will start to grow. We'll start to see a bit of green again instead of gray, and we'll all start to feel a bit better. So yes, there is that. However, you don't have to suffer in the meantime. It can and does come down to your diet. As much as it's a real drag to say, I don't, like I said, I don't want to do this. I just want to eat the stuff that I want to eat. All of those kind of things. It's short-term changes, short-term habit changes for long-term feeling amazing. So please do reach out if you need any more information or if you want any more help. Like I said, that long list of supplements that I talked about, it's much easier to go into those in a one-on-one situation than just say, go buy these 5 things and then that's going to help you to feel better, because each individual is different. We're all just that bit different. So you need something that's personalized for you and everything that you've got going on. So do reach out through either LiannePhillipson.com or sproutright.com for a consultation, and we will get you all sorted out. Now have a beautiful day. Try and find some sunshine or some light. Get outside even though it's really not very good. Get out into nature. Meditation, mindfulness, all of those kind of things do help to boost mood. And if you really feel like it's just another day is just too difficult, reach out to someone else. Reach out and let someone know how you're feeling. If it's not your doctor, get there without a doubt, but just reach out to someone for some help. All right, I'm sending you a great big hug during this time of just bladness that's going on, and I hope that there's some brightness that you can find in your day. All right, take good care. Bye.